Pharaoh, wake up.
Hey,
Wake
what?
up! Wake up.
Did we sync?
What? Oh, no. Burgers! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations. My name's SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
Last episode, we re-examined some stuff and found out that, hey, this couldn't have happened because Mr. Faraday's left-handed, and the way this has been situated doesn't make any sense. And then little Francisca's like, oh no, this is what happened, and so we're like, no, this is not what happened. So now we're about to challenge her with an argument.
Challenge.
Fight! What happened, girl? Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first.
I never realized how small Edward's head looked compared to his body.
I think it's because of that frilly thing.
But it just makes his head look so small.
I think it's literally the clothes.
Probably. Got a big old collar, your neck don't support it. Edward, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be fancy.
Boy, you looking like a... Never mind.
Say it.
Nope. No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No, I don't want...
Dandy! You're nothing but a decadent dandy.
Decadent dandy.
Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory.
What happened?
Well,
Alright, Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it's obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. Can we press on this one?
which one?
From this is the second statement.
Okay.
Hold it! God, Monty, scared me. He just walked in all slow.
That's him, like his wolf instincts kicking in.
No.
I mean, you gotta understand, dogs came from wolves.
I know, but he has no trace.
Listen, just because Monty's a little derpy doesn't mean that, you know...
No, he's straight up derp. Aren't you, my little boo-boo? Yeah.
Just call me derp.
I did call you derp.
You got an apple?
Come here. Alright, go ahead, I'm ready.
Okay. Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement?
Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need.
Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rell before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see. Hold on. I'm looking at the evidence.
Okay.
Oh, that bag has Mr. Faraday's blood on it.
Oh, okay.
Faraday died of a knife stab to the chest. The shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death. Rell died of there's no gunpowder burn on his clothes, suggesting he was shot from a oh yeah, that's right, okay. After Mr. Rell was on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts. Okay, whatever. Okay, can we press on the first statement?
Okay. Hold it! Do you truly believe that Mr. Faraday died instantaneously?
I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. There, you see? It has been documented, clear as day.
Okay, what else didn't we... Oh, the third statement we didn't press on.
and Mr. Rell on the brink of death. That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold it!
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So, the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
Can you really say that it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you can append that statement to your testimony.
Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Rell used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. But that doesn't make any sense. Wait. God, I keep getting Mr. Rell and Faraday mixed up. Mr. Rell used the last of his strength to counteract Mr. Faraday. But doesn't that go against...
I'm looking at the evidence right now.
Da-da-da-da.
I think I know what we have to do here.
Does it go against the crime scene notes? Because he used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
I think what you really want to focus on is that very first part of that statement.
Oh, they struggled. Oh my god. Because it's the plastic bag.
Plastic bag. Let a bag strewn on the floor. Insert his blood on it.
Why would it have all his blood on it though?
Wow, does it really mention like how they struggled or?
No. Da-da. Hold on. Oh, sorry. It's Detective Shu's testimony.
Detective Shu, huh?
Just.
Detective Shu. And here's my partner, Sergeant Loafer.
Boo! Yeah, it was in the other hall other than a gunshot. Didn't hear a sign of a struggle. I forgot about that. Okay, it's that one.
Okay.
Present.
Objection!
Yeah, the music stopped. Sweet.
If the two men were fighting, the struggle would have surely caused a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing.
Huh. You place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say that there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rell get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in the lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rell saw a chance and took it out at some point.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife in the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed?
Isn't there something strange in Francisco's statement just now?
Alright, I think something's off.
Yeah? Yeah, something's off, I think. Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed.
Oh. I guess we got because... Wait, it's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed because you just said that he died after he got stabbed, so that's the crime scene notes, right? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah, because I was like, we don't have an autopsy report. Oh, hold on a minute. Crime scene notes.
Yeah, it is. I just presented it.
Oh, okay. According to the coroner's reports, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning That he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife.
You just told us this like 5 minutes ago.
Ergo, he could not possibly have fired a gun after that.
Oh, you got me.
Okay. But of course.
Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense.
Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Franziska.
I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid. And still expect to discover the truth that a crime scene offers you. Franziska, you still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? Oh, okay. Music stop.
Mr. Faraday died instantly, and the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is...
We'll find out in the next episode. I'm just kidding. The order of events, the order the bodies fell, the evidence bag location.
Let's think.
I think I want to say the order of the bodies, but it also could be the order of events, because okay, if Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell, so he got shot, he's like, oh my god, and he's struggling, he's still up, he picks up the knife, stabs him.
Right.
And if he died instantaneously, wouldn't Faraday fall first? And then Mr. Rell fall on top of him?
You would think, yeah, if he died instantaneously and Rell was still struggling to stay alive, then that seems like the case. But
the order of events could be it too. Maybe Faraday was stabbed first, and then he died, and then somebody else could have shot Mr. Rell.
Well, that's, I mean, it's always a possibility, but I think we're trying to focus solely on...
Oh, just on okay.
Because this is the order of events. I think they mean like the order of known events.
Okay.
So...
I guess I'm going too far ahead. The evidence bag's location... Because that's on the table. Oh, right. Yeah, it's on the table. I mean, they all make sense, but my gut is the bodies fell.
Let's go with your gut then.
Okay, go, gut, go.
Let me get this straight. What you're arguing is that Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then, the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Well, take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled.
No!
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means the real mystery behind this crime scene... Okay, I didn't finish.
No, not so fast, Miles Edgeworth.
What now?
I simply think that you ought to think I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's gonna take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong.
Oh, great. What
Part
happened?
2.
It was just a chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. Yes, it does.
What the hell? I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is to find a hole in her logic.
It's the gunpowder burns.
Once I do, I can then present her with evidence that proves that contradiction.
Do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now.
Do it.
Okay, which statement though? Let me see.
Oh, you gotta figure that out.
To chance, the two bodies fell to a pile, which indicates they attacked each other at the same time. Okay, it has to be here. It's not possible because...
Wait, you said like... What do you want to do with this? What, the which indicates statement? That one?
The which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time?
Yeah.
That one?
Well, I was asking you.
Oh, yeah, I think that's it. Wait, what does the other one say? It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell on the opposite order. Oh, dang it!
Went too far?
Yeah. Okay. I want to say it's this one, which indicates that they attack each other at the same time. But that can't make any sense because... Let's see... The crime scene notes, because it says, Rell died of a bullet wound to the chest. There is no gunpowder burn on his clothes, suggesting he was shot a few yards away. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot.
Well,
Well, I mean, no, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
but...
I'm wondering if we should present that or should we just press to be safe?
Oh, let's press to be safe.
Alright.
Press.
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attack each other at the same time?
I assume...
I face.
I assume Mr. Faraday had two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rell while holding both the knife and revolver, and then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it's possible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony.
I don't see any point to that, but as you please. They attack each other at the same time from close range. Ah, okay, now we can do it.
Okay. But which one do we present, though?
Is it one of those cases where it's either or?
I don't know, because you mentioned a crime scene notes.
But the gun says, bullet that killed Rell was fired from a few yards away.
See, okay, I think it's probably like, it's one of those things where, like, you know, both are correct, but pick the better answer, the more correct one.
I'm guessing it's a handgun.
That's what I'm thinking, because it specifically states it was fired from a few yards away. So not close range. Or at least not point-blank range, you know?
Yeah. Present!
Objection!
That was it.
Yay. So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rell moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation.
What a completely foolish line of foolishly thought from a thoroughly foolish fool! If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?
The person that attacked first with murderous intent. That would be...
We don't have any evidence that kind of proves who it was.
So you think what I'm thinking?
Neither man.
Neither man.
Yeah.
Time to take over the world.
Why the music stop all sharply? Stop it. I like the music.
Da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, damn. Look, I wasn't grooving to it or nothing. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit.
Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime?
Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been a setup, made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it, and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. Okay, Layton.
Okay.
What is the piece of evidence that proves there's a third person involved?
My badge. No, I'm just kidding.
Luke, help me out here.
Okay, Professor.
Actually, get the hell out of here.
Oh.
Nobody likes you.
Third person involved. There must
be something. What haven't we used yet?
That's what I'm looking at. Wait. I just examined the pen.
The pen?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the pen. I just examined it.
Oh. That's a good looking pen, though.
I wonder. We haven't used the plastic bag yet.
One of the bags strewn on the floor of lobby number 2 has Faraday's blood on it. I mean,
why would it have his blood on it? That makes me feel like he was killed somewhere else.
You think maybe we should present that?
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Present. Yes!
Nice. The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand, and the plastic bag with his blood on it.
Oh, duh. Either or.
These two items point to the presence of a third person.
How so?
Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground. Meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the blood. Therefore, then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence.
This is good stuff.
Looks like we still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection.
Whoa, who the
hell?
Why do you sound auto-tune? Whoa. Is that the judge?
He looks kind of built.
Whoa, Judge. I didn't know you'd be working out.
You lift, bro? What the heck's up with you, pal?
Oh, it's her. Oh, crap. How did I do her voice? Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare!
That detective claims he was there, standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie.
Miss Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement.
I'll let His Honor explain it himself.
I saw with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What?
See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir!
It would appear that one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles.
Ugh. I was in the hallway, didn't hear a single peep of struggle. Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now, spit out the truth or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir, honest!
Like, really, look at him, how bumbling he is. You really think he can kill somebody and, like, strategically place it?
I mean, if there's anything you ever learned in any of the Ace Attorney games, is like you can never judge a book by its cover.
But I think it's also because we already know Gumshoe.
That too. So I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time. Hold it. Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that's heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. Boy. All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly.
Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all.
Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. And what's that? What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about?
Crap,
Ooh.
we're already at 30 minutes, but I feel like we're coming to the end of a to be continued, so let's keep going.
I'm thinking, it might be a really long episode, though, that's the thing. It's up to you.
Why not? This will be a Friday episode.
Okay.
Since I didn't upload Monday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. What should you ask about? The state of the hallway.
State of the hallway?
Like, was there anything weird or something?
I guess. Did you click it?
Oh, yeah, I did, sorry.
Oh. Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in that hallway at any time, correct? Huh? Oh, of course not, pal! You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me? But watch your mouth, pal! You can't go around saying something like that about me without any evidence. I suppose you're right. I had no evidence at this point.
Miles Edgeworth, how could you be losing a battle of wits with this detective? You're a disgrace.
God! Maybe I should ask about something else.
Okay, that was wrong. I guess why he wasn't in the hallway?
Try that. Detective Gumshoe, why were you missing from the hallway for a span of time? Look, pal, like I said, I was there the whole time, okay? Well, there's testimony against you that... Okay.
Okay, I'm guessing that's wrong. Miles Edgeworth, why are you wasting our time with a completely useless question? The only logical reason as to why he was absent is that he was busy committing the crime.
Oh.
Anyone who says otherwise is a fool.
Ugh. Okay, so out of elimination, actually, I guess it does make sense. Why would he even have a motive to kill?
Yeah, I just thought maybe it's too easy.
Well, I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? His eyes freak me out.
What's so bulgy?
It's like he got kicked in his, area.
In his lollipop?
What? You really had to use that out of everything?
Well, yeah, he's licking one right now.
And you keep making it worse. Hey there, Detective Bed. I think there's a woman named Lauren I think you'd like to meet later on.
I'm just kidding. No, because in like animes or games, the bad A characters eating a lollipop when people think it's smoking. What anime was it where the character is he's not smoking in here. He's like, oh no, it's a lollipop. I'm just licking it really fast, and then it's smoke is coming from it.
I've seen that GIF so many times. Where is that from?
I don't know. I love that one so much.
Oh my god, there are some weird GIFs I've seen of anime out there. There's one where a dude's clothes just flew off of him, and he was just in his underwear, and he started vibrating very violently towards these people. And I don't get it. But then again, anime, right?
Anime,
that's all you gotta say. What the hell? Anime. Okay. Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir! Not me! Not a single bad thing about Mr. Faraday, sir! Is that a fact?
Objection!
Oh.
That voice doesn't fit. Objection!
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying!
The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here.
Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned, I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is in the perfect explanation.
You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice.
Going up against you!
Me?
No, you!
Yeah, me.
No, Detective you!
I'm not a detective, though.
Oh my god. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Man, nobody understands the words coming out of your mouth, man! Can we just say Rush Hour is one of the best movies ever?
I love them. Best crime not crime partner. Best
buddy cop
movies.
What?
I want to watch it now.
I watched two countless times. I watched one a good amount of times. I watched 3 once because I didn't like it.
Oh my god.
Dude, actually, wait a minute. There's this new movie with Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. What? It looks insane. It's called The Foreigner. Mm-hmm. And I guess it kind of reminds me of Law Abiding Citizen, where you push a good man too far. Oh yeah. So that's kind of like Jackie Chan's case. So something really drastic happened to him, and he wants answers, and it's like the man can still pull off stunts like he's 20-something.
Because he's freaking Jackie Chan.
And he's 63 or something. Oh god. Oh man. Okay, so we gotta keep going.
Oh god. I don't know. Should we? I feel like we should stop.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on and stop it. Even if we feel like we're close to something, I mean, it's getting pretty. It's a pretty long episode, so we'll just have to find out in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go throw up.
Oh god.
So thank you guys so very much for watching. And if no one's told you that they love you today, I do.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
You want some of my chloroform to help?
No.
Here, take it. Here you go. Here.
I'm
Nighty night.